Okay, can the back of the okay. You can be here.
Okay.
And okay, thank you for Nana to introduce me. So important that I was a little bit shocked. Okay. And good evening, Toastmasters. And my name is Kevin. And actually, I am really glad that I have the chance. I finally find a chance to deliver this speech here, because last year I have told to the previous officer that I will share my China's traveling experience as a speech, but last year I didn't do it. So I feel really sorry about that. So I do it now. Okay, and maybe most of you may not know me. Okay, but some of you may know me, that you will know that 2 years ago I went to China as an exchange student in Shanghai Tongji University, and I stayed in China for 5 months. 5 months. And okay, today I won't share the experience that was in the university, because you know that I stayed in campus just for 1.5 months, and the other 3.5 months where I go to travel all around China. I went to Harbin, I went to Yunnan, Sichuan, Hunan, Xi'an. I went to several places. So yes, and someone asked me that, hey, what's your course? Okay, I skip that. Okay, so forget that. Okay, skip that is not good. Okay, and so now I want to share the experience of traveling. But you know, I have been so many places. So today I only pick up one to talk about. Because if I talk all of this, maybe until to 10 o'clock, it doesn't finish. So I just want to talk about the experience I traveled in Yunnan. And it's why I want to talk about the experience in Yunnan is because that 2 years ago I went to China. It's the first time in my life for me to go abroad. And it's also the first time for me to go abroad alone. Okay, alone. It's totally different. And the first time I go to Yunnan is also alone as a backpacker. So I have to plan a lot in advance, and I have to do a lot of things, list a lot of problems I may meet. But actually, you know that travel, it will be unpredictable. So the experience in Yunnan is, I have to say, it's incredible. Not good, not bad, but it's incredible. Okay, so that's good. And in March, in the same years, I went to China. In March, I went to Yunnan. I take the airplane, and from Shanghai to Kunming. You know, Kunming has the international airport. And I take the airplane there, and then I also took another day to take the train from Kunming to Lijiang. If someone heard about Lijiang, Lijiang is a really famous tourist attractions in Yunnan, and it's really beautiful. In Lijiang there has a lot of old town, and those old town buildings are all built by woods and rocks. And I think it's quite great for you to maybe take a picture there or what, to see a show, and a lot of TV drama and a lot of movie was taken there. And so that's why I want to go to Yunnan. And I stayed in Yunnan for three weeks. And in the first week, also the second day I've been to Lijiang, it happens a really horrible thing. Is that my wallet was stolen. And you know that it doesn't matter that I lose a lot of money, but it's all fine. But I put my Taiwan, I put my passport, and I put my bank visa in my wallet. So in that time, I realized that, oh fuck, my wallet just gone, and what can I do? You know, my brain was blank. But for a while, I think that, yes, maybe even I cannot find it out, I should go to find my wallet where it is. And I have been thinking about the worst situation is that I have to call the Taiwan's ambassador. Maybe Taiwan will send some service agent to secure me in China, but maybe it's just the imagination. Okay. And in 2 hours, when I was searching, it's really fortunately I found my wallet. And I found my wallet was in a grocery store. And it's a really good experience that I walk into the grocery store and there is a shopkeeper. And the shopkeeper is really beautiful, a young lady, maybe the same age. And I asked her, please, do you have seen a black wallet and blah, blah, blah. And she said that, oh, is this wallet yours? And she just pick up and say, is this yours? And in that time, I was so released, that I finally find the wallet. I won't let the Taiwanese government to rescue me, that. So I feel really relaxed, and I feel that it's so warm, so touched that in a foreign country, someone, maybe for her, it's just a trivial help, because she said that she find out my wallet was in the trash can in the grocery store, and she said that maybe it's for her. It's just a trivial help, but for me, it's really important. It solved a big problem for me. So that I start to say thank you repeatedly to her and express my appreciation. And finally, we have some good conversation. And I say that, I was come from Taiwan. And she said, wow, it's great. You are the first Taiwanese I've seen in Lijiang. And I said, wow, it's a little bit exaggerated. But whole the communication is quite good. And in the end of the communication, she invited me to have a dinner with her. And her family. I didn't finish the sentence. Okay. And I agree, because not the girl is beauty. It's because that I want to test the local food. Yes, they don't have the local food. And yes, in the dinner, they have maybe 6 or 7 people in her family. And they just treat me like I am a really important guest for them. But actually, it's a little bit weird, that. You just chat with a strange man who lost wallets and for several hours, and then you invite him to have dinner with you and your family. For me, I will think that it is a little bit weird, but forget that. And finally, after the dinner, she also asked me, hey Kevin, have you a place to go, or you can stay here for a night? But that as a decent people like me, I refuse. Okay, forget I am a decent people, but I refuse. Okay. And I just went back to where I live. I live in the hospital. And when all the trip was over, when I came back to Taiwan, I start to recall the experience of me in Yunnan. I think that traveling is just like life. Something bad will happen, and something good will happen. You don't know. It's unpredictable. So today is a good day for you, but maybe next day something bad will happen. So that's what I learned from the first experience. And the second experience is also happened in Yunnan. Is that I stayed in Yunnan for 3 weeks. The second week, I go to another old town. They have several old towns in Lijiang, and I go to another old town. And because it's in March, there is just a few tourists. So I live in a hostel, and at night I want to check with others, but actually I go to the hostel. In the lobby they have a bar, and there has just no one I can talk. So I start to talk to the bartender, and there has 2 bartenders. One is boy, one is girl. And we start to chat with each other and share our experience, travel experience, or share our story. And the boy, maybe I think he is younger than me. He said that he used to be a bartender in Shanghai, and in Shanghai, the bartender's salary is quite high, but he thinks that every day is too busy. He wants to come back to his hometown, so he quit the job and come back to his hometown, Lijiang, and work in the hostel, be a bartender. And totally differently is the girl. The girl's experience is totally different than the boy. She's hometown is not Lijiang, it's Anhui. And she used to be a teacher in Anhui, but she thinks that I'm my hometown is Anhui, and maybe my whole life will live in Anhui. So she started to change. So she quit the job and started to travel all around China. For 2 or 3 years, she found out that, hey, here, Yunnan, Lijiang, here, this place, maybe it's very suitable for her. And she loved here, so she settled down and find a job. Yes, also a bartender in the castle. And when I came back, I think that, yes, 2 of them, the experience are totally different, but it means the same thing. It means that both of them, they want to find somewhere or something that they belong. So they keep finding, and finally settle down. So I start to ask myself that, why do I go travel? And where is I belong? I don't know. Even now, I don't know. Maybe it's in Taiwan, maybe it's in other way, I don't know. And that's what I learned from the second experience. And fellow Toastmasters, Augustine of Hippo is a famous saint, have once said that the whole world is just like a book. And those who do not travel only read one page. Traveling for someone, maybe it's just for them to see the outside world, to see something new, or to shopping or what. But it also can be a challenge or a choice of your life for you to leave your comfort zone and for you to get something new and get a new challenge. And all the experience during the traveling, it will all becomes a mark. And the mark will mark in your mind. And finally, maybe 10 years later, 20 years later, you remind that, there is a place I have been. There has a building I have seen. And there has a person I have seen, I have met. They will suddenly remind you that you have been there. So that's why we have to go travel. Right? Yeah. And fellow Toastmasters, today, after I sharing 2 of my experience, I really want to suggest you that if you have the chance, if you have time, or if you have enough money, just go out, leave your comfort zone, go travel, especially go travel alone. You will learn how to be independent, and you will learn how to deal with some horrible problems alone. And then finally, the most important thing is you can redefine what is the most important.